going for his third win in the Oaks with his unlucky filly from the Wakeful, Tambor. She nearly fell, but can she make amends? Or will the Oaks go to an omen tip, like Wakeful Stakes runner-up, the aptly named Superb Lady? Today, we've got a whole racecourse full of them.
Yes, 65,000 here on Derby Day, 90,000 plus on Cup Day, and they should get another 60,000 people here today. Already a lot here at the racecourse at Flemington. Why wouldn't you? It's a beautiful day, and the ladies come out to look their absolute best. And that means the four-legged and two-legged varieties as well. And as you can see, already settling in for another beautiful day at Flemington. And Lynn Talbot joins me. She'll be looking at the, fashions. There's not room enough in here for the three of us.
That's right. Move over. Look at this dress. It's magnificent.
Beautiful,
it's a Mariana Hardwick number.
Yeah.
Grace Kelly style of the 50s, and that will be the flavour of the day. And we're looking forward to another great day of racing and fashion on what is traditionally Ladies' Day. And Cup Day saw some fantastic lineup of fashion, from the downright silly to the utmost in sophistication. And these, along with the second day of the Crown Fashions on the Field competition, kept our fashion judges and fashion spotters very busy. Today we'll be talking to Miss Australia, Suzanne Harwood. We'll be chatting to Ronnie Burns and his new lineup of rock musicians and many others. We've also got a very big surprise for everyone, and that's the undergarments that are worn on a day like this. So we're looking forward to that later in the day.
Saw them at the Logan. Here's Sandra Sully.
Yes, Tim, it is going to be another wonderful day here at the Marquee area. As you can see, I'm surrounded by all things pretty and feminine, as it should be on this Oaks Day. Beautiful flowers, plenty of good food and plenty of champagne. As for our special guests, we'll be catching up with some of the stars of Sunset Boulevard. We're also going to be meeting Kelly Abbey, who's just landed the lead role in Sweet Charity, which opens in January. We'll be talking to Human Nature, the Aussie band who's rapidly rising up in the charts in Australia and abroad. And we'll be meeting Daryl Braithwaite, the host of the heart-rendering special on 10 this weekend, Dreams Come True. As usual, Tim, this is a place to be, I think, at Flemington, so we look forward to catching up with you throughout the day.
Sandra, yes, it's not a bad job you've got there. And Tim Bailey will be out and about as usual. A fella from Queensland told me yesterday it's his first time at the Cup and he brought the weather with him. And I said, well, mate, good on you, because it's been fantastic.
Oh, has it ever, Timmy? It's beautiful. Oaks Day, Ladies' Day. This grin, I think it'll be travelling with me all day. For the ladies, well, is it fashion or is it fillies? I think it's just famous Flemington and all about looking fabulous. The weather is certainly doing that for us. We've got plenty of sunshine, folks. A fine day today, partly cloudy, around about 18 degrees. We'll have a southeaster, keeping things cool. Gee, it's unfortunate being one of the only men out here strolling amongst the women, Tim. It really is. I can't think of a better place for you to be than in the studio, and just leave it all to me, mate. I'll do the job for you. See you later.
Timothy, thank you. Don't you worry about it. When I finish with the commitments here, guess where I'm going? Straight outside, do a few intros out there. Well, our panel have been, tipping plenty of winners this week, I can tell you. Jenny Chapman's had a blinder. I'll discuss the Cup first. Peter Donegan, as I come down to you, I've read this morning Oscar Schindler jarred up a bit, but that fabulous horse, Saintly, has come up a treat.
He certainly has, Tim. Good morning, everyone. Yes, Saintly is off to Japan. He'll be Australia's lone representative. Oscar Schindler now not going to the Japan Cup. But we do have memories of that great day on Tuesday. A much more relaxed day today, Crown VRC Oaks Day. And the atmosphere is really one that I enjoy. I know the panel enjoys it too. So let's welcome them. Jenny Chapman, Richard Freeman, John Letts, good morning to you.
Morning, Pete.
Good morning, Pete.
Howdy, Pete.
Thanks for your enthusiasm there, Rich. Now, Jen, Saintly. The reception he got the other day, wasn't it terrific?
Fantastic reception. It's really hard not to get caught up with all the emotion of Cup Day, isn't it? Bart Cummings winning his 10th Melbourne Cup with such a great horse. I think he's mighty, and I think he's going to be extremely hard to beat in the Japan Cup.
I'll tell you what wasn't a bad run in the Melbourne Cup, Richard Freedman, that was DeRumas.
Well, I thought he was the unlucky runner of the race, actually. His performance was as good as you'll ever find in a Melbourne Cup. Just got a long way back, you know. A bit unfortunate. The outside barrier, I think, really beat him.
Let's see, just before I get your opinion about the overseas horse, one of the serious business, the overseas horses, what did you make of their performances? Oscar Schindler was, there's only one way you can describe his run, and that was disappointing.
Disappointing, Pete, yes. Great shot, I thought, was a terrific run in the race to try and lead all the way. I thought Pat Edery rated him beautifully in front. I think next year, if he comes back again, Grey Shot's got to be a chance in the Melbourne Cup on a little bit, softer track. Terrific run. I thought Court of Honour was disappointing, and so was Oscar Schindler. But I'm along with Richard. I think DeRumas gee, it was an exceptional run.
Well, let's go back to 20 minutes after 3 on Tuesday afternoon as the nation came to a standstill for the running of the Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Crowd. And this great race has begun. Saintly, one of the best to jump away with Arctic sent towards the inside. Skybow Alcove, nothing like a Dane up there early. Oscar Schindler allowed to drift back a little bit early. Grey Shots racing forward, so too is Court of Honour. Then Estadad followed by Centico. Count Chivas behind them. He's getting back in the early part. Fewer Chosen's wide out, but he is going forward from his wide alley. And then Super Slew followed by the Bandit around the Phantom Chance. Cheviot drifting back to the tail of the field. DeRemus is third last and Boart's back to second last. Coming down the straight on the first circuit in the Foster's Melbourne Cup of 1996. And the leader is Grey Shot. Fewer Chosen going up on the outside of it second. Then Centico on the outside of Court of Honour, and nothing like a Dane into a beautiful spot, 50 inside. They were followed by Saintly racing on the inside of Alcove. Estadad 3 wide and Super Slew 4 deep. Then My Kiwi Gold around Circles of Gold, and on the inside Count Chivas. A length and a half to the stablemates. The Bandit on the inside of the Phantom Chance. A length and a half to Senator on the inside of Oscar Schindler. 1.5 lengths to Arctic Scent around its Skybow. Then Sapio fourth last on the inside of DeRemus, and at the tail is Boart on the outside of Cheviot. Along the Maribyrnong River side of the track, 2,000 metres to go. About 10 or 12 lengths would cover up first from last. And the big field of 22 is headed by Grey Shot. His lead is about 1.5 lengths. Few Are Chosen running second, and nothing like a Dane. Few Are Chosen stablemate is third on the inside. Super Slew just trapped a little bit wide on the outside of Court of Honour. Then Saintly having a lovely run, sixth on the rails. Centico, the outsider of the field, is out 3 wide around Alcove, and then came Count Chivas the inside. Back midfield, Circles of Gold racing between Estadad and the Bandit, taking all the shortcuts on the rails. Then came Senator, followed by My Kiwi Gold, the Phantom Chance. Wonder Oscar Schindler, then Arctic Scent on the inside of Skybow from Sapio DeRemus. Cheviot and Boart last, and still about 12 lengths off the leader, Grey Shot. 1,300 metres left to go. Grey Shot leads 1.25 lengths. Few Are Chosen second. Nothing like a Dane's had a lovely run third the rails. A length further back to Super Slew. Another 1.5 lengths then to Saintly. A half to Court of Honour. Then came Count Chivas racing on the inside of Alcove. Centico's out 3 wide. Then came the Bandit, Circles of Gold. Estadad around yet about 2 lengths away then to Senator. They were followed by the Phantom Chance. Further back then to Arctic Scent. My Kiwi Gold going up around the midfield from Oscar Schindler. He's on the outside of Arctic Scent and Skybow, and then DeRemus, Sapio, Cheviot and Boart still last of all. 800 metres to go in the Foster's Melbourne Cup, and it's Grey Shot now being pressured by Few Are Chosen. Super Slew to third, a length away, nothing like a Dane, followed by Court of Honour. Centico next, and Saintly's on the inside, followed by Estadad as they turn for home. Now Saintly taken to the outside and is starting to work into it. It's Grey Shot being tackled by Nothing Like a Dane. Nothing Like a Dane took the lead. Here is Saintly. Saintly's coming after him. Count Chivas working into the race. Then Super Slew, followed by Senator running on. Oscar Schindler struggling. Saintly hit the lead in the Melbourne Cup. He drew a length in front of Nothing Like a Dane. Count Chivas. Skybow running on. Saintly in front for Darren Beedman. Bart Cummings has got his 10th Melbourne Cup. Saintly's going to win the Melbourne Cup for Darren Beedman and Bart Cummings. Saintly first. Second placing goes to Count Chivas, a great run. Skybow third, then Senator, DeRemus, Nothing Like a Dane. Cheviot next from Arctic Scent. Then came Grey Shot, Circles of Gold, Sapio, the Bandit. Then Centico, the Phantom Chance, Estadad, Super Slew, Oscar Schindler, Alcove, My Kiwi Gold, Court of Honour, Boart and Few Are Chosen knocked up to finish towards the rear of the field. Oh, great run, Dan. What a beautiful ride.
Well, that's the Melbourne Cup from Tuesday. We're looking forward to today's program and the all-important track condition. We know it's going to be in fine shape, but perhaps the most important piece of information we can get, is there any difference between the inside and the outside? Is the inside getting quicker? Well, to find out, let's go down to the track and join Dan Malicki and Gary Willits. Gentlemen, good morning to you both.
And likewise, thank you very much, Pete. It is the big question. The track rating is good. It's actually a perfect surface, probably firmer than what it was on Tuesday.
Well, Dan, I'd like to congratulate Ross Bradfield and his men. I think this track is absolutely magnificent. We've had, 17 races over it. We're on the outside of the track here. I definitely feel this part here is the fastest part of the track.
Now, we were talking about the outside rail just about.
Yeah, the outside rail. But look, it wouldn't surprise me in a Tyrrell race if some of them go down the inside, because Tyrrells are hard to get to the outside. Later on in the day, you've got horses like Sequalo in the Lithgow Stakes. We've got a southwesterly wind at the moment, which is blowing more or less right in their faces, and I'd be looking for horses that can just sit behind the pace. I feel that horses will be getting home today, and well, Poetic King, I think he'll most probably go to the outside, and with Simon Marshall on, he knows how to do that because we saw him do that a couple of weeks ago.
So in summary, slight advantage on the outside, but not a big advantage as a lot of people are tipping.
No, definitely not as much as the other day, and as I said, later on in the day, if this wind blows up like it is now, it's just, you can feel behind us now, it's really blowing us, and I would say some of them will come up the inside today.
Okay, well, there you go, Pete. Hopefully that can be of help to our punters at home.
Certainly will, Dan. Thank you to Dan Malicki and Gary Willits out there on the track. Time now to check the scratchings for today's Oaks Day program. And from the first event, the Neat and Trim Stakes at 5 minutes after 12, the scratching here is number 12, Lady of the Pines. A field of 19 to run, a big field. Race 2, the Sutcliffe Stakes at 12:45 is all clear. The third event, the Cadbury Roses Stakes at 1:25, withdraws a 3 Bright Light, 6 Zumbido, 7 Classical Miss and 14 Horsefrau. Race 4, and this event, time to start at 5 minutes after 2, the Maya Plate. All the greys in this race. Number 4 Man Rebo comes out, along with 18 Passabel and 19 Prince Alert, 4, 18 and 19. The fifth event is the big one, the Crown VRC Oaks at 2:45, and the scratching is number 14, and that is Judith Louise. Race 6, the Moet and Chandon Stakes at 3:25, and there are no scratchings, a field of 11. Race 7 is the Network 10 Linlithgow Stakes over 1,200 metres at 4:05, takeout number 6 Madison Point. And from the final event on the card, the Red Rooster Country Cup at 4:45, the scratchings are 12 Invictane, number 19 Ancient Ritual and number 21 in Straight Star. So there you have the scratchings for the program today. As I said, getting off to a start at 5 minutes after 12 with the Neat and Trim Stakes for the babies. But the big one is the Oaks, and we'll be back to discuss that after this break.
The 1994 Amy Victoria Derby, and a very special moment for the Hayes dynasty. Blevick, bred and part-owned by Colin and trained by his son David, won one of the most exciting Amy Derbies in recent times. Blevick and hot favourite Damewin fought out an enthralling battle down the famous Flemington Straight, but Blevick, with jockey Rodney Griffiths throwing everything at him, proved the better stayer. This has been another classic Amy Victoria Derby.
important moment in the 68 years of James Bartholomew Cummings here at Flemington last Tuesday. Lovely piece put together by Nicky Wilton and editor Marcus Maguire from the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Well, on to the third big race of the carnival, and I speak of the Crown VRC Oaks today. And let's get the thoughts of the panel. Jennifer, first of all, I suppose a lot resolves around Dashing Eagle, and can you forgive her for one bad run?
I think you probably can, Pete. I haven't put her on top, but I do respect her chances, no doubt about that. I've got on top number 3, Denendri. I really thought she was well ridden by Stephen King last start, and I do like the way she settles in her races. I think she'll be able to run out this distance without too much problem. So I've got her on top. I put Dashing Eagle in. I think you have to respect her chances. She really has been going along very, very well this preparation, and she is all class. I put her in for second. And number 8, Angel's Image, who won the Geelong Oaks Trail. Very nice win there too.
Now, Rich, I noticed in the paper this morning they're talking about a Norton bit on Dashing Eagle. What's the difference between that and a normal bit, and what does it do to a horse?
The difference between a Norton bit and the normal bit is that a Norton bit's designed so that the horse can have more control by the jockey. The jockey has actually got hold of the horse's mouth. It may hurt the horse a little bit more if it pulls, so it's designed to stop one that won't settle in a long race to settle in the race. The jockey can hold it. So that's what the bit's for, and they're used quite often. In fact, I think Saintly might have had one on Saturday. When
Saintly had one on Saturday, and I think you find that Atalac had one on, and Bildale Ball had one on, and another horse I think Jern had. Yeah. So they're pretty popular, and they've got a good record in the Melbourne Cup. All
right, just before we get your selections, Rich, we might have a look at the Wakeful Stakes from Saturday. And you would certainly think that it would be hard for Dashing Eagle to turn the tables on the stablemate Denendri if this race is anything to go by, but the gear change might make the difference. That's the winner, Arrow. Denendri about to hook around Dashing Eagle, in fact going for a split through with Assertive Lass on her outside. And Superb Lady running on pretty well, getting into second position. Now watch Tambour in the white cap here. She gets a pretty bad check. There was a lot of interference in the last 200 metres of this.
I actually like the run of Tambour, and she's my tip. I think the problem for a few of these fillies will be coming up again after the very hard track on Saturday.
Yeah.
That track was a real bone jarrer, and some of these fillies are going to be feeling it today, I've no doubt.
OK, so what did you come up with?
Well, I like Tambour's run, and I did think she got some interference, so I've put Tambour in on top. I think you've got to respect Dashing Eagle. I can forgive her the one run on the hard track. Maybe she didn't like the hard ground and she wanted to over-race a little bit. And I just say that Fairway Lass was probably a little unlucky the other day at Moonee Valley to lose the race. So, you know, I'd have to put her in probably for second. So I'll make a Tambour to beat Fairway Lass and Dashing Eagle. And our filly, D-Robe, if she settles in the race, well, she'll be an outside chance.
Is it D-Robe or Day-Robe?
Well, it's actually Day-Robe, to be honest.
Well, why'd you call it D-Robe?
Well, lots of other people call
it's
it
quicker.
That, you know, it's quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, I got no answer for that. John, Les.
Thanks, mate.
And he hasn't tipped us any of his yet, so I'd be a little bit wary, Pete, you know.
What's your selection?
My selection is Denendri. I think Denendri can win the race. I like the way she finished off on Saturday. The Danehill filly, I think she'll beat the other Danehill filly, Dashing Eagle. I think the third will be Zaya. She hasn't had a run for a few weeks, but she's a very, very good filly when she's right. And I thought Tambour, to be ridden by Mick Detman, will be the best outsider.
OK, well, I thought Dashing Eagle was certainly worthy of another chance. I thought if you forget about last week's run, her run in the 1,000 Guineas was outstanding, and she went to the line like a horse that shouldn't have any problems getting the distance. Calm abiding and Superb Lady, the ones for me to fill the placings, and I think D-Robe or Day-Robe or whatever Richard Friedman's going to call it is probably the chance at odds. So there you have it for today, and just recapping, Jen, quickly on yours, it was Denendri?
Yes, Denendri from Dashing Eagle and Angel's Image, and my roughie that I put in at very big odds is number 11, Countess Carmen. I think just the way this horse has been racing, she will get the distance, so just one at big odds if you're taking trifectas. OK, so there's Jen's selections for those of you who've been following her and no doubt having a pretty good time over the carnival so far. Jen, best of luck today. Good luck with the hat and good luck with the runny nose too. Yes, it's nice and runny today, isn't it?
And Rich, the best of luck to you too.
Thanks, mate. Do you think if we actually prayed for rain, we could order a few Superb Ladies to D-Robe?
Oh dear.
Oh, he's not bad. We better go. Pete, we better go, really.
I think it's about time we did go after that.
Isn't it?
Tim, I think you should take it away, because how the hell are we going to top that?
You can't top that, and I tell you what, I'm glad he said it and not me. Well, I tell you, Peter, it's a tribute to the people of Melbourne. You know, they're absolutely flocking in here. I've been out here for the last 10 minutes or so, and we should get the 60,000 people here today. But at this stage, we'll take a break and give you the first of Milton Black's horoscope tips for the day.
Aries, the bookies will run for cover. When they see your face, you'll break their bag. Now follow horses with names suggesting coastal, relatives and law. Best colours, pink, grey and blue stripes. Lucky numbers 1, 5 and 9. Taurus, back the favourites today. Don't listen to others and you'll scoop the pool. Look for horses with names suggesting farming, quickness and music. Best colours, yellow, purple and white, and lucky numbers 2, 4 and 8. Gemini, you'll be given a tip of your lifetime today. Take the plunge and blow the lot on horses with names suggesting investment, candy and water. Best colours, red diamonds or hearts, blue sleeves, black cap. Lucky numbers 1, 5 and 7. Cancer, hire the limo and crack the champagne. You're in for a bonza day. And follow horses with names suggesting honesty, astrology and comedy. Best colours, royal blue, green stripes and a white cap. Lucky numbers 2, 4 and 6.
A classic race for champion 3-year-olds. That's what the Amy Victoria Derby is all about. And in 1995, what a classic we had. Octagonal and Nothing Like a Dane, a future racehorse of the year and a future Melbourne Cup favourite. Who would be the winner? The last 200 metres, Octagonal charges home, but Nothing Like a Dane hangs on. This has been another Amy Victoria Derby classic.
Welcome back to Flemington, and there I was waxing lyrical about all the people coming in on Oaks Day, and you couldn't really see them, but now you can. Behind me, and a crowd of 50 or 60,000, not beyond the realms of possibility. Listen, thanks very much for calling for our fashion competition. Apparently we've taken over 35,000 calls already over the carnival, and here's another chance for you to get involved just by dialing a telephone number.
You can be a winner in our Oaks Day fashion competition. If you know the right answer to this question. Which day of the carnival is considered to be the elegant fashion day for ladies? Is it A, Oaks Day, or B, Melbourne Cup Day? 2 winners will be chosen from callers with the correct answers, and they will each receive a great prize of $1,000 in fashions from Suzanne's. And you can call right up until 4 o'clock Eastern Summer Time. Winners will be announced after race.
Yes, there'll be 2 of them, and all the best to all of you. You know, in Australia, we are very rightly proud of the international reputation of our jockeys, and one man in particular is really responsible for all of that. And these days, quite rightly, he's regarded as the old man of the turf.
When a discussion surrounds Australia's legends of the saddle, this man walks just a little bit taller than the others.
Oh, someone said that the other day. When was I going to... thought I was going to become a jockey. I said when I was born. I was never going to be anything else, really. The brother before me was a jockey, successful jockey. He rode around Wagga and around the country, you know.
His real name is Arthur Breasley, but everyone knows him as Scobie.
Well, when I was a young boy going to school, there was a great trainer in Melbourne here named James Scobie, and he was winning all the derbies, and Melbourne Cups and so on. And a friend of my father had trotters. A friend was always around at the stable, and he, for some reason, he nicknamed me Scobie because James Scobie was winning all these big races. And I had it going to school, and it's stuck to me ever since.
Born in Wagga Wagga 82 years ago, Scobie not only carved his name in Australian folklore, he rode for 2 decades in England and achieved all a jockey could achieve. He's best known here for his 5 Caulfield Cup victories, including 4 in a row between 1942 and 1945. But it was in England, at an age where many riders have already retired, that he hit his peak, winning more than 2,000 races, 4 English riding premierships, and twice taking the classic of all classics, the English Derby at Epsom. Remarkably, the race he never had much luck in was the Melbourne Cup.
First I got Shadow King back in 1933, beaten him here. And he was very, very unlucky. Should have won easily. As I would have been lovely to have won everything else in Australia, and I would have loved to have won the Melbourne Cup. But at least a great friend of mine years ago, when I first went to England, Ray Johnson, and I was telling him how disappointed I was in not winning a Melbourne Cup. And he said, Scobie, winning an English derby is like winning 7 or 8 Melbourne Cups. So luckily enough, I did achieve a couple of derbies.
Scobie's first win in the Epsom Derby was in 1964 on Santa Claus, and he followed up 2 years later on Charlottetown.
To win it, it was the greatest thrill I've had riding and in racing. But as I say, I was 50s and a grandfather, so I won it again when I was 52. But the first one was the greatest thrill I've had in racing. As I said, he was my Santa Claus.
Yes, he's absolutely wonderful. And this is the scene out here, and this is how people come to the races, to Oaks Day, Cup Day or Derby Day. Set up a little table, a little blankie, the obligatory esky, of course, and basically have a fantastic time. Look at that. Oaks Day here at Flemington. We'll take a break with more of Milton's tips on how to back a winner.
Leo, you may hit the big time today and cause the tab to tumble. Be gusto with your bets. Horses with names suggesting heroes, royalty and timber are yours, and best colours green, white stripes and a quartered cap. Lucky numbers 1, 4 and 7. Virgo, keep an eye on the 2nd and 3rd favourites today. You'll have your bets in the bag if you follow horses with names suggesting fashion, travel and cosmetics. Best colours, all pastel shades, blue sleeves and checks. Lucky numbers 3, 8 and 9. Libra, blow the cobwebs away, kick up your heels, you're in for a lucky day. And look for horses with names suggesting theatre, charm and big noters. Best colours, gold, green and a red cap. Lucky numbers 3, 4 and 5. Scorpio, keep a few dollars for doubles and trifectas. Multiple wagers are your best bet. Back horses with names suggesting advertising, danger and gambling. Best colours, blue stripes or sleeves and a black cap. Lucky numbers 1, 3 and 8.